What is up, guys? Welcome back to the next Huling Sports Report. I've got my celebrity guest picker, Paul Brock. Paul, welcome to the show.
Oh, thanks for having me today, Andy.
No problem. So Paul and I played Trinity tennis for about 3 years. He came down to join us from Alex City. Paul's been awesome to play tennis with. I moved on and played at Opelika this senior year, but Paul stayed at Trinity, played his senior year with the boys team. So Paul, tell me how that season went.
Oh, I really enjoyed it. We had some new players that brought some new skills to the team, I think, and definitely had some good doubles matches. I think both on the girls team and the guys team, there were definitely some strong doubles teams. Watched some pretty good matches on singles too. I think I'd give a shout out to Ben Gunter for beating Kings Academy's #1 at individuals. I think Kings Academy is used to going undefeated, so it was very nice to see them make a comeback. I think it was a little rough this year at Team State. We weren't expecting, we thought we usually have it easy on round 1, but this year we played a team from North Georgia we'd never heard of, and it turned out that even though they were ranked 4 from their regional, they were actually extremely good and ended up being the runner-up this year.
Wow.
So I think one of our main problems at Team State was we weren't ready for such formidable opponents in round 1. And I managed to pull through. I didn't do very good myself. I managed to win my doubles, but I think everyone else was off guard.
I got you. Okay, so the main reason I really had Paul Brock come on this show is that he's the biggest Juventus fan ever. Juventus this past week just got into the Champions League final with a huge win over Monaco. They'll play Real Madrid right here in the final in Cardiff on June 3rd, so it's going to be a lot of fun. But Paul, let's get into just some Juventus talk. So how long have you been a fan of Juventus?
I've been a fan of Juventus since 2012, and they were a lot different back then, but I don't think I've always kept good track of them. But since this year, they've started doing really good. I've tried to study the team and their history, and I think Juventus is a really great team, and I'm glad to know that I've been a fan since 2012.
Mm-hmm. So we just said they got into the Champions League final for the second time after getting beaten 2014 by Barcelona in the final. Do you think this year that they can get over the edge and beat Ronaldo in Real Madrid?
I think Juventus is probably going to beat Real Madrid this year. They're looking a lot better than 2015. They do have the same defense this year. We have the classic BBC with Benicia, Bonucci, Chiellini. And by the way, I'm not Italian, so I might be slaughtering these pronunciations. And of course, the key to the defense is Buffon.
Oh yes.
I think Ronaldo and all the other strikers for Real Madrid, they're going to have a hard time getting past Buffon.
Oh man, I love Buffon. He sings that Italian national anthem with pride every time he plays for Italy. So definitely awesome to see. And I see with the team, there's a switch up here with Higuain, Dybala. The last time I really watched Juventus really well, I always saw Carlos Tevez, and you saw Mandzukic in there.
Yeah.
He's the backup to Dybala and Higuain. Tell me about that.
Well, I am a big fan of Mandzukic. He did very good, I think, when he played for his home country. Is it
Atletico Madrid? Yeah, in Serbia.
He's from Serbia. He's always been a great player, but lately Dybala and Higuain have just been a really good combo. And in the Champions League, they've scored a total of 21 goals. And this is a lot better than 2015. I think only 19 goals were scored in 2015, so it's good to see the improvement. And also, I would like to add that a lot of people have been thinking, oh, Juventus doesn't have Paul Pogba anymore, because I know he's in the Premier League now. And so a lot of people think, oh, Juventus isn't nearly as good without Paul Pogba. But actually, now, with these new midfielders, Pjanic, yeah, struggling here, but he's actually helped bring more organization to the midfield, and so they might not be scoring as many goals from the midfield, but they are more organized, I think, and able to have a stronger defense.
Yeah, and I see Khedira came in from Real Madrid. That's that'll be a big help for them in the midfield.
Definitely.
Okay, Paul. So Juventus, they totally dominate Serie A every year. What is the reasoning for that? Like, you think, there's a lot of quality in Italy, but like Juventus they've won 5 in a row. Tell me why they're so effective.
I think Juventus just really stands out in Serie A. I don't think there's very much competition there. They have a few. I think they have a really old rivalry with Inter, but lately Inter just hasn't been nearly as good. And I think Juventus just sort of takes players from all the best players from Serie A, because everyone in Serie A knows they're the best team. So as soon as a player starts getting informed for another Serie A team, Juventus, which by the way has a ton of money, since they have such a good fan base, they just scoop up the players as soon as they get good. So in a way, Serie A has just sort of become like a farm for Juventus to get top Italian players.
Yeah, definitely. Let's talk about next year. So, you know, they're probably going to win Serie A. They win this weekend, they'll clinch it easily. And then obviously we've got the Champions League final against Real Madrid. So things are looking bright over there in Turin. But I want to ask you, do you think this will continue next year?
Yes, I think Juventus has definitely gained a lot of recognition this year from their excellent performance on the field. It's estimated that Juventus head coach has 106 million pounds to spend on new players this year, and that's about 136 in US dollars. And there's three prospects that are expected. They're thinking about getting AC Milan's Matteo De Siglio.
Yeah.
These Italian names, man. But because like I was saying, most of the best players from Serie A end up on Juventus eventually, in my opinion. Barcelona's Andre Gomez, outstanding player. And I think, you know, Barcelona has just had a rough year, has had a rough time lately. You know, they've been losing the teams that they should have easily destroyed. And I would imagine a lot of Barcelona's players are getting frustrated with that. So it's very possible we're going to see a lot of Barcelona players leaving for other teams.
Yeah, hopefully Messi will come to Man City, as he's been very rumored to do. Also, Barcelona have lost to Juventus in the Champions League. It was incredible. Couldn't believe that one. But yeah, definitely. I think Juventus will be one of the dominant teams in Europe probably for a lot of years. Alright, so we're going to get into some picks with Paul, and I'm going to ask him some questions about some games. So we'll start out in the NBA. We've got the Golden State Warriors and the San Antonio Spurs in the Western Conference Finals. Who do you think is going to win?
Well, I'm not a big basketball person. You know, I'm really tall like you, so a lot of people are like, Paul, obviously you play basketball, right? But I'm really more of a tennis guy. So I don't know very much about basketball, I don't keep up with it, but I do know that the Golden State Warriors are kind of like the Barcelona of the NBA. They have a lot of star players and a lot of potential. So I'd say most likely the Golden State Warriors are going to win. But at the same time, you know, when you get so many good players on one team, sometimes they can butt heads, and that disorganization can let teams without as much skill win. So you never know, but most likely Golden State Warriors will pull out.
Okay. All right, and then we got the Celtics and the Cavaliers in the Eastern Conference Final. Who do you think is going to win?
Well, Andy, I know you personally are a Celtics fan, and I do like to see, you know, the weaker team, you know, come up and take on the big dogs. So I think I'm going to say the Celtics. I really want to see some change, and I want to see some new teams in the finals.
All right, yeah, I like the Celtics too. I mean, you know, Cavaliers are I think they're overrated. I think LeBron just leads them. Kyrie Irving is good, but I really like the Celtics. Isaiah Thomas. They've beaten the Cavaliers before in the regular season. I think they'll do it again, and we'll see the Celtics and the Warriors probably in the final. Okay, so the last things we're going to pick are in the MLB, and we're going to start out with the Cincinnati Reds and the San Francisco Giants. Who do you think is going to win?
I'm just going to have to go with Giants because I know a lot of Giants fans, and I know they've done good in the past, and I really feel confident that they're going to perform well this season as well.
I got to go with the Giants because Matt Cain's pitching tonight. He's on my fantasy team. Really need him to get some points, a lot of points, because I'm down by a ton to Tristan Black, who is killing me. I mean, it's even in his username, "You're killing me, Smalls." So hey man, you're killing me, Smalls. Come on, Tristan. But yeah, I gotta go with Giants in this one. Then the next game we have is the Atlanta Braves and the Miami Marlins. Who do you think's gonna win?
Well, I'm a Braves fan, so I should say the Braves are gonna win. But honestly, I know about the Marlins, and probably the Marlins are gonna win. But good luck, Braves.
I gotta go with the Marlins. Giancarlo Stanton. He hits mammoth home runs. I mean, 450 feet at least. He absolutely cranks them. I think we'll see a couple of those on some Braves pitchers. He'll be cranking them out of the park. And then the next game we have is the Colorado Rockies and the Los Angeles Dodgers. Who do you think's gonna win?
Well, I really don't know anything about either of those teams, but I do know Los Angeles doesn't have very many sports teams that do well, and I'm a big fan of Colorado, the state in general, so I'm going to go with the Rockies.
Yeah, I like the Rockies too. Carlos Gonzalez, he is playing unreal baseball right now for the Rockies out in that right field position. He's making catches, hitting home runs. He's doing it all for them. They're leading the NL West right now. I think they'll get the dub in this one. Okay guys, thank you so much for watching the show. Don't forget you can subscribe down below using the red button that says subscribe. And you can follow me on Instagram and Snapchat to get more exclusive content for the show. Just want to thank Paul for being on the show.
Enjoyed it?
Yes, definitely. And also you can catch the Real Madrid Juventus game June 3rd. It's going to be about, I think it's like 1:45 is when that starts. It's from Cardiff, Wales. It's going to be on Fox Sports South or one of those Fox channels. I don't know. But don't forget to catch that. You can also get updates on Snapchat, which this guy is going to be definitely doing that because he's going off to Honduras that day. So
I am going to be listening to the radio though.
Yes, yes, you can listen to the radio if they have a soccer station. But once again, I'm Andy Huling, and this is the Huling Sport.